Get up. We showed you earlier Golden State's big comeback win. We also had the Sixers and Magic in the play-in yesterday. This is a 7-8 game, so winner goes on. And Tyrese Maxey put on a show last night. Iman Shumpert on both ends.
Floater. Oh, man, Tyrese Maxey has been playing exceptional all year, but last night to corral his guys without Joel Embiid was great to see.
That was Desmond Bane, who knocked in 34. He was the one Orlando player who really showed some fight late, but then here comes more Maxey Allen with the left hand.
Yeah, Maxey was fantastic, but on the note of the Magic, Desmond Bane was the only one that seemed to want to win this damn game.
Man.
I mean, seriously.
Man.
Look at Maxey with the defensive play on that end of the floor. 45 seconds left.
Great play.
Here will advance it to the Sixers, up by 9, looking to put it away. And, of course, it's going to be, who else? Andre Drummond.
Let's go, Dre! One time for the veteran guys! All the veterans are stepping up!
Dagger 3 from the big man. Sixers win it by a dozen. They move on to the first round to play the 76ers. Excuse me, they play the Celtics. Celtics a huge favorite, minus 900 at DraftKings. Boston's won 6 straight series against Philly, last losing in the 1982 conference finals. I think that was the legendary Beat LA series, if I'm remembering that correctly.
Yeah.
This conjures up all kinds of memories. I mean, before we look ahead to, well, let's start with this. Iman, Paul George, last night, you were fired up to talk about what he did. Maxey was the lead dog last night for the Sixers to get out of the play-in, and now they'll get their shot at Boston, whatever chance we give them. But what did you think of Paul George last night?
I thought, for Paul George especially, just a story. We talk about stories all the time. Paul George is one of those guys that was talked about as if he was on the back end, and now he was on the decline. And then he had the injuries coming, and then he was in a spot where he didn't have to be the leader anymore. For him to come back and to step up and, one, play efficiently, but to make sure that every time these guys hit any type of a roadblock in these type of playoff situations and playoff atmospheres, he's there. He's knocking down shots. I got to see him not only ISO, but to ISO with his back to the basket, turn it into a back to the basket to a nice fadeaway and see the balance, see him talk a little trash out there, see him do the Paul George strongman walk. I'm like, man, it's back. And that's what you want to see. I did not have the Sixers doing what they did, and we'll get to you guys, Orlando, because y'all shouldn't have let that happen. But Joel Embiid going down, I thought, would harm their morale a little bit more, and it was great to see those guys come together, especially to see a Paul George having a positive impact.
So, look, I'm going to say this for the 9 billionth time. If Tyrese Maxey and Paul George and Joel...
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. The Philadelphia 76ers are moving on to the playoffs. They beat the Orlando Magic in the play-in tournament. Tyrese Maxey put on a show. Paul George looked like his old self. Andre Drummond hit a dagger 3. It was a complete team effort. And now they get to face the Boston Celtics in the first round. But here is the problem. The Celtics are massive favorites. Minus 900 at DraftKings. Boston has won 6 straight playoff series against Philadelphia. The last time the Sixers beat the Celtics in the playoffs was 1982. That is 44 years ago. And Joel Embiid is not healthy. He had an appendectomy 2 weeks ago. He showed up to the game in street clothes. He was on the bench cheering. But he is not playing. And without him, Iman Shumpert said something on Get Up this morning that Sixers fans do not want to hear. Let me show you exactly what he said. Roll the clip. Did you catch that? Let me break this down because Iman Shumpert was brutally honest. He praised Tyrese Maxey. He said Maxey has been playing exceptional all year. He praised Paul George. He said it was great to see him come back, play efficiently, talk trash, do the Paul George strongman walk. He said, man, it's back. That is high praise from a former champion. But then the conversation turned to the Celtics series. And Shumpert was asked if the Sixers have a chance. He did not hesitate. He said, no, I don't think the Sixers have a chance to win. And his reasoning was simple. He said the way the Sixers play without Embiid, up and down, fast pace, running the floor, that brings out the best in Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe and Paul George. But he said, I don't know that that's the case all the time when Joel Embiid is on the court. That is a huge statement. Shumpert is saying that the Sixers are actually a better team without Embiid in terms of pace and chemistry. But even with that, he does not think they can beat the Celtics. And Tim McMahon backed that up. He said, we've got to temper expectations of Joel Embiid coming off an appendectomy with a cape on to rescue the Sixers against a Celtics team that is clearly the favorite. Now, let's talk about what Shumpert said about the Celtics game plan. He said something that sounded terrible, but he is absolutely right. He said, you got to make Jason Tatum run as much as possible. Wear him out because of the injury. Tatum is coming back from an Achilles tear. He is not 100%. He is not in playoff condition. And if the Sixers can make him run, make him guard in space, make him chase shooters, they might force Joe Mazzulla to take him off the floor. Shumpert said, I feel terrible saying this, but your job is to win. He's cleared to play. You have to assume he's not 100%. Put him into switches. Make him run around the court as if he's guarding Reggie Miller back in the day. Make it uncomfortable for him. Not to injure him. But where Joe Mazzulla may say, I got to take him off the floor a couple of times. That is the blueprint. And it is not dirty. It is smart. Tatum is a great player. But he has not played a full NBA game in almost a year. His conditioning is not there. His explosion is not there. His confidence is not there. And the Sixers have to test that. But even if they do that, even if they execute perfectly, Shumpert still does not think they can win the series. He said, Boston will inevitably win it. But this will be a fun series to watch because I think we'll see a coming of age for both Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe. And that is the silver lining for Sixers fans. This series is not about winning. It is about development. It is about Maxey proving he can be the man in the playoffs. It is about Paul George showing he still has something left. It is about VJ Edgecombe getting playoff experience. The Celtics are going to win. But the Sixers can make it interesting. Now, let's talk about the Magic. Because Shumpert was absolutely disgusted with what he saw from Orlando. He said, I just need y'all to have a little bit more care. I work for ESPN. I work with Disney. Disney is on my name tag. I would like for it to be a magical place. When you go to Orlando right now, it don't seem so magical. He said he did not see huddles under the basket. He did not see anybody showing accountability. He did not see anybody get in each other's chest. He said, the only voice you heard defensively for the Magic was Jamal Mosley, the head coach. He was the one yelling out instructions. None of the players were doing it. And then he dropped the line of the day. Orlando, y'all are 5 fingers and you got to be a fist to hit anybody in this league. That is the perfect description of the Magic. They have talent. They have Paolo Banchero. They have Franz Wagner. They have Desmond Bane, who scored 34 points and was the only one who seemed to want to win. But they do not have chemistry. They do not have leadership. They do not have that dog mentality. And until they find it, they are going to keep losing games like this. I want to know what you think. Can the Sixers steal a game from the Celtics? Or is this going to be a quick sweep? And is Iman Shumpert right about the Magic? Let me know in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And subscribe if you want to stay locked in. We are building something real here. See you next time. Peace.